Yo, what's up, people? Today we have an interesting video. We're going to be watching a video by, let me see, Toby World. And the title caught my attention. Are footballers allowed to have personality? That is a great question, and I'd be interested to hear what he says about this topic. But for me, I genuinely believe the modern era lacks a lot of personality. All these players or these superstars we see these days, they're all nice people, they're all quiet, they all go about their jobs. I don't know if their PR team has told them to be a certain way so they don't affect like brand deals and all that, but to us, the fans, it's boring. It's genuinely boring. Because back in the day, we used to have players like CR7, players like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Balotellis, all these guys, man. All these guys were different in their own way. They all had character, man. They all could speak up, speak their minds. But now we don't have such players. Now we have people like Rashford and Saka. Every time there's an interview, they don't say anything. They always go about their jobs and yada yada yada. Man, it's boring. But yeah, man, let's just see what he has to say about the video.
Lamine Yamal is a cocky, arrogant little piece of crap. Hey, that's not my opinion.
That's my guy. And the comments he had about Real Madrid, I don't remember the quotes exactly, but I remember him being disrespectful towards Real Madrid as a club, And as a fan of Madrid, I appreciated it. I know people don't agree with it, but I appreciated someone willing to speak their mind, someone who brought something to the El Clasico. Because let's be honest, the El Clasico lacked a bit of competition, lacked a bit of oomph. But with him speaking up, man, it made the game more interesting. And I'm sure a lot of people tuned in compared to the previous years. Shout out to Yamal, man. I appreciate the arrogance, man. That's why I keep saying this guy, man, he is my guy. Whether it's on or off the pitch, I appreciate this guy, man. Let's hear it.
That's the general feeling amongst football fans lately. And I'd like to say, personally, I don't see it that way. I mean, here's an image of his girlfriend right now showing that he's the exact opposite of cocky. This all comes from an interview that he had right before El Clasico, where he basically says he's not worried about Real Madrid, and he hasn't seen bums this white since Sheamus' famous Kiss Me Iris match. And these comments got Lamine Yamal in a lot of trouble. Come on, man. If you're gonna get in trouble for the stuff that you say during an interview,
but I feel like a lot of people are sensitive, man. How can you be so offended at someone else's words? I think this is basically based on your individual characteristics as a person. Because to me, I didn't take it too hard, man. Instead, I loved it, I got a little bit of motivation to watch the El Clasico, But to a lot of people, they were offended. Some were even angry. Some were tweeting. And man, guys, some people do a little bit too much, man, and it's unnecessary.
You might as well have just gone on DJ Vlad. Now look, I know everybody hates him right now, but I actually respect the confidence, and I personally believe that he's gonna go ahead and back his talk.
100%.
Who's stroking my deep? Who's stroking my deep?
Oh, you meant in the game? You meant in the game. And people talk like he had a bad performance. You see, even the clips they're showing. Yeah, they're gonna show bad clips, but it wasn't as bad, man. He still contributed in the game. He still showed some quality in the game compared to people like Rashford. Rashford didn't do anything. Rashford was himself again. In big games he doesn't do anything. In small games he stat pads. But we know what to expect with Rashford. No surprises.
Who's stroking my deep?
I can't defend that performance. I have not seen a teenager get passed around this badly since when Bad Baby first blew up in the rap game. Lamine Yamal is
a player who had a serious bad performance as well in that game was Pedri. Pedri, I don't know what happened to him in that game. His decision making was a bit off. Even the red card, man, it was disappointing to see. But I was happy as a Madrid fan, I appreciated it, but he had a bad performance.
A bit of a reputation for talking a big game before, well, big games. He posted this on his Instagram story before facing Portugal. He posted this before facing PSG, and he posted this before facing Real Madrid. He lost all 3 games and got 0 goal contributions in any of them. Because of this, Lamine Yamal is kind of hated right now. But I'll be real, y'all. I don't hate Lamine Yamal. In fact, I kind of respect it. Yeah, y'all probably
100%.
thought I was going to be hating on it, but no. Why would I have beef with a kid, okay? I am not Vilgax with Ben 10. The truth is,
Shout
people
out Phil
always
Gags.
complain about footballers having no personality. They're too robotic and they're so media trained. But I have also noticed that when football...
Exactly. That's exactly what I said at the start of the video, man. These guys are so media trained. Everything sounds like a commercial when they speak, man. Everything just sounds fake, you know. But it's refreshing to hear someone like Yamal, man. Something unorthodox. Even the way he plays, man. It's outside the box. It's not what we usually see, man. These boring ass robots. No, man. He's saucing on the pitch.
Footballers do showcase a bit of personality, bro, they get more hate than 2017 Russ. So today we're gonna answer the question, are footballers allowed to have personality?
Yes.
Now, personality can mean a lot of things. It can mean a player that's overconfident, over charismatic, over comedic, or in Raheem Sterling's instance, over the bar. So, for example, a player like James Milner, yeah, he's too boring for this video. We're not going to talk about him. Sorry, James. Now, we are seeing less
Hey, respect James Milner. But yeah, he is boring.
and less of these
Basic.
big personalities in football. And why is that? One word, sponsors. Big
Sponsors.
personalities.
Sponsors are the issues, you know. Back in the day, there weren't as many sponsors involved. Okay, I speak like I was there, but like I'm sure it wasn't as bad as our era, because now one footballer can have multiple sponsors, and when so many people are paying you, of course they're going to censor what you say. They're always going to try and make you as likable as possible, and to do that you have to get in a lot of people's good books. That's why we have a lot of people that seem fake, you know.
Tend to be a lot more controversial. And big companies like Nike, who previously collaborated with convicted felons John Jones and Mike Tyson, don't really want to align themselves with controversial athletes.
Well, I guess that's the definition of the word irony.
No. If you want that huge night bag, you gotta have the skill set of Ronaldo and the personality of a freaking nun. Another reason we don't really see
100%.
big personalities in football anymore is because of the media. Like I said in my last video, if you're a footballer that says you're feeling pretty confident for the next game, or you maybe joke about your club's rivals, or even make a slightly sarcastic remark, dudes like Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville will be on Monday Night Football talking.
These guys, man, they're also the problem. They're always saying, I don't like that he did it. I don't like that he said that. Oh, he's a little bit too arrogant. Like, bro, shut up. Shut up. And I've seen these guys attack so many innocent footballers, players who didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? People like Rashford. There was a situation where he went out with the Aston Villa players into a boxing match or something like that, and then they were discussing him going out saying they didn't like that, he should be concentrating on football. They just lost the game the day before, yada yada yada. But they only speak about one player when in reality he was not the only player there. He was with Watkins and all these other guys, and no one said anything about these other guys. It was only focused on Rashford. It just shows, man, these guys, man, they have too much power in how people think, and most of the time they speak nonsense, you know. It's getting to a point where people can't even think for themselves or make their own decisions and have their own opinions. It's just whatever these guys say, we all agree, and that will be the narrative from now on, which is annoying, man.
About your disgusting attitude and breaking down how you're the next leader of ISIS. And the final thing that ruined personality in football is social media.
Social
now, an
media.
athlete's social media page is not just comprised of their stories or their highlights or their posts or Fabrizio Romano in their comments calling them
And social media, man, it's another one where they honestly try their okay, some of you guys are cool, man, but then some people, man, they always try and silence you. Whatever opinion you have, they'll tell you, no, you can't say that. Oh, it's not true. But it's your own opinion. Whether you agree with it or not, man, just ignore it. Let the person speak their mind. And if you don't agree, ignore. Just swipe up. Go away. Even me with this channel, sometimes I post clips on my TikTok. Sometimes I post clips of such videos on the shorts. And then a lot of people get to see this and then they make comments or whatever. They're like, oh, you don't know shit about Yokeres' game. Like, okay. Okay. If you didn't agree with what I had to say, it's okay. Like, just swipe away. I'm a small channel. You know, I shouldn't be offending you. I shouldn't be ruining your day. Let me say that. Whatever I say, you should be ignoring it if you didn't care, you know. But if you do care, just watch, agree, or even if you don't agree, man, just be like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's whatever. That's what I'm trying to build here. You know, people who have their own opinions and people who speak up and are not afraid to say what they need to say. You know what I mean? But then these people on social media, man, they're weird.
No, it is also comprised of comments from pretty much everybody, because anybody can comment anywhere. Now, remember what I said before. Big personalities means more controversy, which equals to negative comments, which equals to bad publicity. So
100%.
yes, in a sense, sensitive football fans have scared off footballers from showing even a smidge of personality.
100%.
And that is why I got a lot of love for the guys that are not scared.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
For the guys
Just by
that are
thinking
not
about
scared
it.
to be
Meet
themselves.
Base 44.
To be themselves.
100%.
Now, some athletes are not deterred from the general public's discomfort towards a confident figure. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is extremely arrogant, and he is remarkably open about this. He once straight up refused to do a trial for Arsenal because, quote unquote, Zlatan does not do auditions.
Respect it.
Zlatan, you're tall.
Respect it. I respect it. But who is the Zlatan of this era? That's the question. Who is the player who's gonna say such words with confidence, you know, have their own line and not care who agrees or disagrees? No one. There's no players like this, man. The closest thing we have is Yamal, and people don't like him as it is, you know. Some people, they don't even want him winning the Ballon d'Or because of his arrogance. Like, who cares, my guy? As long as he keeps performing the way he's been performing, his attitude doesn't matter, man. Let him be himself. As long as you have the ability to back up your words, it's fine.
All great in the air, never won the Champions League in your life, you would have been perfect for Arsenal. And of course, there is Cristiano Ronaldo, a man who will never miss out on an opportunity to glaze himself. And
Yeah.
hey, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
After a game, he had an interview and they asked him, why does he get so much hate from fans? He said, well, it's probably because I'm rich, handsome, and a great player. I don't have any other explanation. Bro, he might as well have just done a money spread at that point.
Yeah.
I like that attitude, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if somebody drops a hate comment under one of my videos, I'm simply just gonna...
But you see, he's showing players of back in the day. You know, these are older players. Some of them are retired. CR7 should be retired by now, but it's not people of now, man. It's people of back then.
Comment down below that you're just hating because I'm tall, rich, and amazing in bed. Despite the fact that I am a remarkably average height and I am not rich. Manscaped, please sponsor one of my videos. And then there's Jose Mourinho. People say that
The special
football
one.
managers just aren't like him anymore. And I totally agree. Pep and Klopp had one of the worst rivalries ever.
You see this Pep and Klopp rivalry. Yes, they produced really, really excellent teams. The way both teams played, man, it was so brilliant to watch. The games were fun. They were interesting. Man City's quality on the ball, you know, dribbling, sorcery, you know, we appreciate that. Liverpool's hard work, aggression, and ability to constantly produce chances for the team, you know, it made the game very interesting. None of these coaches believe in defending, but then in terms of them having personalities and being like actual rivals, you know, it wasn't the case. They were always all buddy after the game. They're shaking each other's hands and yada yada yada, compared to before when we had Jose Mourinho and Arsene Wenger, where both coaches would fight, you know, both coaches would disagree with each other. They'd say stuff in the press conferences, you know, basically all the fun stuff. And we also had people like Conte and Tuchel, you know, remember when Tottenham faced Chelsea, that whole incident where they tried to fight on the pitch, you know. Yeah, man, it made the game much more interesting. But these two, man, they were boring.
Ever. These dudes would just glaze each other every interview and talk about how they respect one another's game. How can you compete with each other for number one on the table when you two are talking like a couple at a dinner table? Like, just kiss already. Nah, forget this. Bro, back in the day, Mourinho's
You can't be showing us such pictures.
toxic mind games made 2 elite managers go bald. Go ahead, Conte. take off the wig. This man rattled famous Scottish mob. Say, take off.
Yeah, yeah. Just look at this head, man. The fact that he went from that to this, no, man. Turkey, you know, the hair transplants. You have to respect it.
Off the wig. This man rattled famous Scottish mob boss Sir Alex Ferguson. Hell, this guy called Arsene Wenger a pervert. We don't get this anymore because
He a 69 guy. But when was this? I don't remember that.
if footballers did speak like this, then they would just be called arrogant. But to quote the man that made the book that is the second biggest selling of all time right behind the Bible, I Am Zlatan.
Ignorant people call it arrogant. Intelligent people call it confidence.
Confidence.
You know, as an
100%. It's confidence. And there's nothing wrong with having confidence in yourself. But did this guy just say 4.8 billion? There's no way. There's no way.
of all time right behind the Bible, I Am
Source Fabrizio Romano. 4.8. That's more than half of everyone on the planet. How many people on the planet? Around 7 billion, right? That's crazy.
You know, as an intelligent guy, Zlatan, I have to agree with you. See, this is why I don't mind what Lamine Yamal said, even though it aged worse than a Culture Cam's tweet. I love when footballers are shameless. Well, sometimes.